Hey you, so on this video, should you pay the high premiums for the Queen's Beast coins? I'm going to be going over just that, we've got the current release of the Greyhound, which I'll be getting into, and also just the current situation with metal prices being a little on the insane side currently. So, before we get into that, I'd like to say if you haven't done so already, and you like what you hear/see, please do like and subscribe. And also, big shout out to Truly Zambian. I'm gonna be starting a members on the channel, so down below you should see a join button, and hopefully that'll get me to do a lot more content where I'm not holding my tongue as much. And a lot of the questions and a lot of the answers, I get a lot of emails and Instagram questions. Hopefully the guys there will able to join. The tariffs will be down below, and I'll be doing a lot more just members only content, and increase the content also overall. So of course it won't be mandatory, it'll just be down below. Look out for the join button coming along anytime soon, and it'll just be what it'll be, but I'll be able to focus a lot more, maybe do some, what are they called now, group calls, live streams, and do a bit more collaborations, whichever people are looking for. So definitely look out for that. As mentioned, it's not mandatory. It's only those that would love to support and be a part of the League of Shadows. So jumping straight into this, we have the release of the Greyhound, and also a lot of people may find themselves in a situation. So I'm going to give the top 3 reasons as to why you should or why you wouldn't be paying the higher premiums for the Queen's Beast coins. But given my thoughts and opinions, that's only that all the time on the current release, and that's going to be the Greyhound. What do I think of it? Well, I think it's no different than the Unicorn when that first came out. I had the exact same thoughts and opinions there. No different than, I don't know, the Bull. No different than, there's a few. I did actually like the Falcon. I wasn't overly keen on the, which one was it? I couldn't tell you. The Yell. Yeah, we had the funny one with all the horns and everything, and just a few. But getting long story short, a lot of the designs have been meh to me. I haven't jumped over the moon and absolutely love them. The ones that I did get into and I like a lot would be the 3 that I'm showing here. These would be my top 3. I think they've done well. I don't think there's been any overly bad, absolutely not designs for me. I think they've kept it well. Whereas if you was to compare it to something like the Roman Lunar series, there's been some I thought were nice, decent, i.e. the horse, even the monkey, even I would say even the sheep/goat. But then there's been some I thought was hell no. That I think that ruined the series to a degree, and that would easily be the pig, and I don't know which other ones are out. So that's what I mean by I think they've done none, in my opinion, that have absolutely been boo. But I think they've done either excellent designs or enough to get it by. But let me know down below in the comments if you think some designs from the Queen's Beast have been a absolute no-no for you, and that's led for you to either not be interested or just pass on altogether. So I think the Greyhound has done well in keeping the series going along. It's not been absolutely terrible, but I'm not going to rave and rant about it. I just view it like that. So the dilemma is currently, should you be paying the higher premiums? Well, not to forget, with the Queen's Beast series, you have a series that's technically a hot collector series right now. Please let me know down below if you think there's any other series going on in the modern coin collecting world that you think are as hot or hotter than the Queen's Beast series. And the dilemma you have there is that you have, and it's like a double-edged sword with the Queen's Beast series, because a lot of the times you'll normally have something from the Perth Mint. I don't know if it's the Black Flag series, and they'll have a cap. They'll have a mintage of 15k, and that'll be that. And then they'll release some proofs or something like that. So it'll be a rush for the BU, capped at 15,000, 25,000, and then the proofs, a lot of people may just swerve on them, whatever that may be, because they see a lot more potential in the BU. But with the Queen's Beast series, the BU is unlimited. So this is what makes it different, and this is what makes the Royal Mint different. You could call them corny for that, because the BU seems to be, on the unlimited play, it's a dealer's wet dream, I would say, because you have a coin that's unlimited, but because it's so hot and got worldwide recognition, you're able to charge an extra premium for it. And especially when we're going through current times where spot price is looking rather healthy, you know, gold and silver. So it's a big dilemma where a lot of people are looking at. And not to forget, even if you can see right here on a lot of these coins, let's not pull our punches, the Royal Mint have horrendous quality control. You know, call it whatever you want. And the amount of people that have contacted me and said, you know, the first time they picked up their tube, you know, their 2-ounce silver tube, the coins were spotless. They was fantastic. A lot of the times they're most definitely going to have dinks. But, you know, they came back to it a couple of months later and they was riddled with spots. Some have absolutely, you know, vowed to never touch them again. So I'm always stressing this. Whenever you're getting these coins, you have to remember, one, they're BU. Two, they're coming from the Royal Mint, who have absolutely dog poo quality control. And three, they are gonna come dinked. You know, they couldn't care less. I've seen dealers just damn near juggle these as they're putting them out. You're gonna have scratches on the cheek. That was the big cheek gate in the beginning. And with silver, you're gonna have the milking down the sides. These are things you are 100% going to have with the Queen's Beast coins. If you know somebody who has a Queen's Beast coin that isn't suffering from these issues, give it time. You know, this is why I always look at a lot of the silver slab Queen's Beast coins and think that's just a ticking time bomb. You know, 100%. There's no way because it touched NGC's hands or PCGS's hands, it's going to not produce these spots. If that was the case, I'd damn near slab all of the silver Queen's Beast coins I had. It's just not the case. A lot of the times, yes, it's a rare find, but it's 100% a ticking time bomb with the Royal Mint, I would say. And it's an unlimited run coin. So with that in mind, you have the higher premiums. When they first came out, rightfully so, they didn't know it was going to be a massive hit. Dealers didn't know it was going to be their wet dreams come true. So they played it safe. But now, as it's so hot, you're paying a slightly higher premium. And these should be selling at damn near the price of your average Britannias. Nothing more, nothing less, but because they're so in demand, they're selling for more than that. So should you pay the higher premiums? I'll get on to the top 3 reasons for why I would and maybe somebody else would. And that's going to be if you're already collecting these coins. Hopefully you can see a lot of the dinks and danks I'm referring to here in these gold pieces. If you're already in and locked in, there's not going to be much you can do. You know, what I would say is, you know, I'll touch on that in a moment, but if you're already locked in, it's going to hurt. You know, prices tank or prices come down a bit. You know, let's hope the series, we don't get a Royal Mint special and they can do anything to affect that. But I think it's the last one. If you're going to be on the BU, that is, if you're going to be completing your series, then it is what it is. If you're purchasing 1 gold or 1 silver or maybe a couple with 3, it's not going to kill. You know, it definitely won't break the bank. So that would most definitely be a good reason to purchase. I could see as the top 3 reasons. The second would be if you love the design. You know, I just mentioned that I wasn't overly keen, but I've come across people, and you know, there's a lot of people out there. Please mention down below in the comments if they don't like the design, they will absolutely not purchase and be absolutely out of the entire series. But a lot of people, if they do like the design, they will purchase. Money's no object. It's not going to stop them from buying that new modern collector coin. So I could definitely agree with that also, and that falls down to buy what you like. You know, that mantra there. If it's a design you love, I can't see why you wouldn't, or what's going to stop you. The next third reason for, you know, a pro for pushing and purchasing the Greyhound, or whichever coin it may be hard to find right now, is if you think the coin's going to be a winner. You know, if you're somewhat a semi-cowboy, you know, collector like myself who's into these things and see a potential flip, if you believe that's going to be the case, and you know, you think this is the one, you can definitely see a bit of bank on this. It's released in 2020, the infamous year where everything, well, you know, the bloody skies crap their pants. Then jump on board. You know, we've seen a few other coins from hard times we came from. That would be 2008. You know, there's a couple of things I'll be dropping in different videos, but you know, if you think the coin's going to be a winner, then most definitely lock in. You know, but I would say against not purchasing now, and this is what a lot of people ask, you know, whether I'm in or I'm out and would I be buying now. I would say if you're not going to be purchasing now. The reasons I would give, the top 3 reasons, it's going to be somewhat the flip side of the ones I did give. As you can see, the flip side here, and that's going to be if you're not involved. If you already ain't involved in the Queen's Beast coins, you don't see all the hype, you know what I've just mentioned is absolutely true. You know, when it comes to quality, it can be absolutely shoddy. Then there's going to be no reason to be getting involved right now. There's a lot of better options out there in terms of what should be, and this is the main thing here, they should be classed as your average bullion coins, i.e. no different than your Britannias, no different than any other special type of rarity coin, variety coin that the Royal Mint release, in that it's just one that's done extremely well, and they've added a improved version to the line. They normally do that. You know, I would say a next reason not to get involved is because dealers have slightly increased the premiums on this, as just mentioned. So whether you're aware or not, you're paying a slightly higher premium. Why? Because it's a more popular in-demand piece, and dealers are going to be able to do that. It's going to be a hunt. Some dealers will and some dealers won't. That's the great thing about that. So this is where dealer hunting is definitely going to be in your favor here. Shop around. You know, some dealers may have them now to ship right now. Some dealers may be waiting on stock. It may be a situation where, you know, the coins are becoming kind of hard to find, because a lot of people have been mentioning the horses somewhat like that, and the bull. I would say that's most definitely going to be the case. The Royal Mint won't come out and say, hey guys, we're struggling to get stock. You know, this one could be a low mintage, even though we don't give mintage figures. This could be it. The Greyhound could be one of those coins where a lot of people wanted to buy tubes or monster boxes and wasn't able to. Whether or not the dealers will be increasing the premiums on these because of what they are. So if you're not willing to pay the higher premium, because let's be frank, you can get a lot more. I've seen a lot more other coins just as good, you know, even with a mintage BU coins, and they're cheaper and they could be better options. So it'd be one reason not to. And then I'll say the last reason would be if you think the coin's going to be dead on arrival. You know, it's overhyped. The Queen's Beast series is overhyped. You don't know what all the fuss has been about. You're looking at it, you're thinking it's a coin. A lot of people are talking about that, and that never works in the buyer's favor when a lot of people are itching and on the edge of their seats waiting for it. Why? Because the dealer knows they've got a hot potato on their hands and they can take advantage of the situation. That's most definitely what's going to be happening. To name some of the large dealers whose names we shall not mention at Mix. So, you know, they will be taking advantage. Now you see them, now you don't. Premiums higher. Shop around. That's going to be your best friend on something like this. But I would say, wrapping this one up, it's good and bad, because it's going to be the best time to capitalize if you've been involved. You know, for those that have wanted the completion of the BU sets, now would be the best time. Why? Because at time of releasing this video, we've seen golds hitting fantastic high notes, especially if you're involved in the gold, and even silver's doing well. And there's that demand. It's also a pivotal point where we're going to see what is to be. You know, will the set now shoot in price? I remember, as I always mention this series, the Luna 2, when the set was complete, it was, what do we do from here? You know, do we wait a couple of months and then see how it appreciates? The set's complete now, guys. So, you know, if you've collected 2, you know, you may have a few options there, but now is the best time, especially run up to Christmas time. It's the best time to capitalize. I'll just put it out like that. Is it the best time to buy? I just told you, am I buying right now? For me, I locked in all the designs I liked. For me, I've been liquidating a lot of the ones that I had, because, as mentioned, it's a fantastic time to capitalize and take full advantage of it. I'm seeing some things have been very interesting. I've mentioned this in other videos where, you know, regardless of design, it's just being priced at what it's been priced at. And I think a lot of people are able to take advantage of that. But, you know, should you or would you pay these higher premiums for the Queen's Beast coins? Please let me know down below in the comments if that's going to be the case. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. But as mentioned, let me know down below what your current situation is. You've waited for it. It's here. Let me know. Let me also know what you think of the Greyhound and anything else you'd want to add to that. So once again, if you haven't done so already, please do like and subscribe. Look out for the memberships coming soon. You know, a lot more content. I'll be doing just membership videos. Also, group chats, live streams, and a lot more that I'll be adding on from there. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.